Hi, Leos. This is Kathy. Welcome to my channel for Twin Flames and Soulmates. Kathy Mamelin, Psychic Medium. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my Leos, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and any cross watcher. Today, I'm going to ask my spirit guides about the person on your mind in a no contact. So what are they thinking and feeling? What is going on in this connection? What do they want to say to you? Where is it headed? Anything Spirit wants to share with me. So welcome back, everybody. Welcome to anybody that's been newly guided here for the first time. Let's call in our guides, the fully channeled message, and let's see what they have for you with the cards and whatever messages of love are meant to be heard. Spirit, please share with me for my Leos. What is it that you need us to know at this time about the person I'm thinking about? I am listening for you now. I have neglect, not paying attention to what's important. Decide what's truly worth spending time on. So it could be you, it could be them. You know, maybe they said, hey, I'm the last on the list. You know, maybe you're not putting time into me, or vice versa. They're so busy with their life and their friends and their work that, you know, you're an afterthought. You're after everything else gets done. So you're not coming first. So when you start to feel like that, you've got to be first in your person's life. You have to have that value feeling that this is my partner, this is my significant other, and this is the person who should want to be with me more than anything else. So when you don't have that, it's very upsetting. Sometimes people don't see it. They don't see that, you know, you got to put time into your person. I have leaving. You've taken it as far as you can go this time around. Walking away is the best thing you can do. Sometimes creating that no contact for yourself gives you an opportunity to kind of see things clearly. So maybe you needed some space to, I don't want to say to prove it to them that you do have a life outside of them, or that you can live without them, but you choose to have them in your life. You know, it's a little bit of a, hey, if you don't want to be in my life, then that's fine. But I'm not going to just not live my own life the way I need to live my life either. So I get it if you made a decision. I have forgiving. They didn't mean to hurt you, but you are holding on to it. Forgiving helped you get past it. Forgiving, it depends on what you're forgiving. Sometimes things are really hard to forgive. But yeah, you don't want to hold on to resentments. You don't want to hold on to something they did a long time ago, and then every time you have a fight, you throw it back in their face. So forgiveness, if you forgive them and you're taking them back because you forgave them, then don't keep throwing it back in their face, because you're trying to move forward as best you can. But it's hard. It is hard to completely forget. I have distance, so far away, physically and emotionally. See if you can rekindle the passion again. I feel the distance is how it just came into me. And that's what is, I feel like you both can feel the distance. It's an emotional distance. You know, sometimes when you're really connected to somebody, and especially in these twin flame connections, soulmate connections, you physically, the further and further you get away from them, it's like you can feel that pull. You can feel the magnetic pull when somebody's coming towards you, but you can also feel that same pull when they're pulling away. I'm going to say the pulling away is killing me. There's a sense of you pulling away. Killing me energy. So I'm definitely feeling the space. Okay, the space between us. So let's start with that. Let's see what the cards are saying. Spirit, please share with me for my Leos. What is it I need to know about my person? I'm feeling the space. A hanged woman, a pause, a letting go. I'm trying to learn more about myself. I'm trying to understand the situation that I'm in. I'm trying to look at things from your perspective, put myself in your shoes. So that's what the hangman allows us to do. It gives us time. I have a 2 of Wands. I'm trying to make a decision. This is a decision about big picture. Okay, I'm looking at the big picture. I'm trying to decide, what is best for myself, my future self. So that could be you, that could be them. Like we're both needed time to say, hey, let's take a little break here to decide what's best. Are we on the same page? Do we want the same things? Do we want to continue? I have a death. Sometimes the ending brings on a major transformation. You end something with somebody and it forces the change. It forces them to take a look at themselves with that hanged man. It forces them to make a decision about their future, especially if there's something going on with them like alcoholism, drugs. You got to get back to work. You got to pull yourself together. So if there's anything going on along those lines, it forces them. It forces them to hit a rock bottom because the person that they relied on or leaned on the most is saying, you got to do it on your own. I can't fix you. So that ending creates a new beginning in a lot of ways for them. It forces them to look at new opportunities. It forces them to try new things. I have a 6 of Pentacles. There has to be more give and take. Maybe they're realizing that that one person was giving more than the other. And, when you start to feel like you're being taken for granted or taken advantage of, or it's always on you to make the plans, or it's always on you to pick up the tab. It's always on you to pick up dinner. We get takeout every night, but I'm picking it up and I'm paying for it, so like, what's up with that? So there's got to be more give and take. Bottom of the deck, I have a 3 of Swords and I have a 9 of Cups. So this is a feeling of my heart is broken and I miss the contentment that I had with you. I miss that feeling of peace, they just said. I miss the feeling of comfort. So they did feel comfortable with you. There was, a very at home feeling with you. And this is a broken heart. I feel the separation. I think that what's jumping out at me the most so far in this reading is that they're feeling this space. They're feeling the void that is between the two of you. And maybe you're not realizing that. I feel the distance. I feel the void more than you think. And maybe you didn't think they are feeling it. Maybe you think they're feeling nothing, but they are definitely feeling the void. They're missing that, you being in their life. You were a constant, they just said. You were always there. You never gave up on them. And now they feel like they're like floundering out there. There's a feeling of, I don't know, maybe how did I get here? How did I end up all alone? They didn't treat you right. It just came in. I have fake apology. Okay, that feels like they tried, but it wasn't good enough. It feels like they came back half-heartedly, but there was a but attached, or there was a, I don't know, just a attitude attached. It's either an apology, it's either a heartfelt apology, or it's a bunch of words. And the bunch of words, I feel like you caught on to a little bit. You caught on and said, no, this isn't going to be enough. I need more. So I get it. I'm going to say that this person better than they know themselves. So they didn't get away with something. Fighting for what you love, claiming what's yours, and love is a battlefield. Are they willing to fight for you? And maybe that's what you're waiting to see. Are they willing to try to win you back? Are they willing to jump through the hoops to prove to you that they really are sorry, instead of this like half-winded, like, oh, it's no big deal, when it was a big deal? So I do feel like, will they fight is really the question. We're looking at the big picture. I guess it's a little bit of a test, isn't it? Will they fight? Because if they're not willing to fight for you, if they're not willing to chase after you, apologize, let you know that they really want you, their ego is saying you need to chase them. You need to reach out to them and tell them how much you love them and how much you want them back. But I feel like you are holding your ground, and you want to see them fight for you. If they're going to have to prove to you somehow. A pregnancy test. Okay, maybe it was just a scare. That just came into me as we've been through a lot. Maybe we've just had a lot of experiences over time. Maybe we had pregnancy scare. Maybe we had a child. Maybe we had a loss. But it feels like we've gone through a lot together, and there's a lot of history here. I have depression. This person has pushed me into not feeling good about myself or not feeling right. I'm struggling with that. Focus on yourself first is how, I always feel, because you've got to take care of yourself first to be in any relationship. So if you are not feeling well, get help or talk to friends. Take care of yourself. I have surrender, detach, have faith that all will be well. Okay, don't fall into a depression. Just know that no matter what, either way, no matter what's meant to be, will be. And sometimes we just have to surrender to the outcome. If this person is supposed to be in your life for the rest of your life, then this person will step to the plate and start to fight for you with a heartfelt apology, not it was no big deal. I feel like that was said. I feel like, what are you talking about? You're making a big deal out of something. And it was like, it was a big deal, but they're trying to blow it off. They're trying to convince you or manipulate you into thinking that you're overreacting. No, I feel like it was a big deal. If you asked anybody, everybody else would say, no, this is a big deal. Rise above it. Rise above the drama, the obstacles, the pettiness, and find the strength for you. Okay. Also a sense of looking at it from a bird's eye view. What's your future self say? What's best for your higher self? And maybe the break is well needed, much needed. It's a transformation. There's a breakthrough, ready for the next level. So the reality is you both have to change in order to come back together. So this person either has to face, some of the choices that they've made, some of the things that were said, some of the behaviors. There was the give and take, I feel like is probably unbalanced. And I feel like that's probably one of the things that's very difficult in this connection, that it's more one-sided. It's always about them for some reason. That would have to change. You're feeling like you weren't being put first. So this person has to prove to you that you're going to come first. And I feel like that's the dividing line between, I can either take you back under those terms, or I'm going to figure things out. Even if I'm sad, I'll figure it out. But you do deserve to come first, and hold on to that. I have free will. It's my choice. It's my decision. An action can't be forced. So you don't have to take somebody back either. Okay. If they're not willing to change, and they're not willing to, I guess, be there for you the way that you need them to, you have a choice. Okay. This isn't you begging for them to come back. This is two adults deciding, do we stay together, and do we have the strength to figure things out, that we can be good to each other and kind to each other and be there for each other. Let's see what some of the love messages are. I do feel like they feel the void more than you know. And I do feel like they're giving some thought to the big picture. Okay. Are we fighting over something that isn't in the big picture of our life, with all that we have gone through, isn't worth losing the relationship over? Probably. Is it something repairable? Yes. I think it's something that somebody said or did, and I feel like it was blown out of proportion. But it was a little bit of, this is the last straw. I can't take it anymore because it's a repeating pattern in some way. So maybe that will help stop the behavior. Like there was finally a consequence. I kept telling you that I was going to do something, and then finally I did, so something like that. But right now it's, I don't want to fight anymore. Okay, I believe that. I do. I'm feeling that. I'm surrendering. I'm depressed. I'm feeling the void. I feel like somebody is going to either, reach out to you to say that. I don't want to fight. I don't even know why we're fighting anymore. Sometimes you're fighting, you almost forget what the no contact is. You're kind of, say, what was the actual reason why we aren't talking? But yeah, or we have a very specific reason, but we don't want to fight anymore is really what's coming in. So I miss you so much. So we do need to know that. I am feeling let's kiss and make up. I do. Right. I feel that. Bottom of the deck, I have, I wish we spend more time building each other up instead of tearing each other down. We have to be better to each other. We have to care for each other more. We can't say something hurtful to somebody and then just walk away and leave them with that pain. So we have to be more caring. You have to put me first. It keeps coming back to you have to put me first. I still want you. Do you still want me? You have a choice. They may be a little concerned right now that you do have a choice. You're free. Maybe they cut you free and, they're thinking, oh man, you can start dating other people. You could sleep with other people. You don't have anything holding you back right now from doing what you want to do. You're free. So that could be, in the back of this person's mind saying, there's nothing preventing you from moving on, especially if they're the one that walked away. It's like, you wanted this. Now you're surprised that I'm dating somebody else. Now you're surprised that somebody else wants to be with me. So do you still want me? I'm willing to try again if you are. I feel that way. I do. I feel like you've got somebody who probably over time slowly started to take you for granted. Their life was always coming first. They didn't have enough time or energy for you after all was said and done. And I feel like you just got to a point where you got, what's in it for me? Why am I here? And it's a little bit of a wake-up call to them that, when you have somebody in your life that's sharing their life with you, that you better put some time into them because they're not the only person in the world. And you could be with anybody. So I'm hoping that they're saying, come back. Come back. I'm hoping that this void is killing them to the point where they take action and they can't take it anymore. That I have to see you. I don't want to fight anymore. I miss you so much. So I'm going to go with that for today. So right now, my Leo, I feel that you've got whoever this is isn't ready to quite give up on this. And I think that they tried to pull a fast one over on you like it was no big deal. But when you proved to them it was a big deal, I think that caught them off guard. I really do. I don't think they ever thought that we would actually be in the separation or we'd actually be at this point, even though they probably had a lot of warnings. But I think that their ego was always like you'll never leave me, or you're not going anywhere no matter what I do. And I think somebody proved somebody wrong. So we're going to put this out into the universe and ask Spirit to guide you both. I want to thank Spirit for these messages today. If you are new to this channel, please remember to hit the like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. If anyone would like to book a private reading with me, check out my website at kathymamolinspsychicmedium.com. Also, check out my main channel, lots of love readings over there, and a pick a card channel, and links to those YouTube channels are in the description below. I hope you enjoyed your reading, and we'll see you all again real soon.